and go live. We have confirmed. Houston, we have no problem yet. No? Okay. You said it was okay. eBay reseller news now with me, Primo Kimo. Spam Banshee is listing things so we don't go broke during this broadcast. Stay tuned for amazing things from somewhere. Aloha B-Dog and Chris D. Welcome. So let's just start with what we're going to talk about. We're going to show our numbers, and we're going to show the breadth of the knowledge we can gain from the nuclear reset over 3 months with charts. We're going to show that in just a few minutes, and then we want to talk about some other things about the world, about our eBay existence. Major Win, thank you very much for that super chat with the tiny little animal on there. Super cute. Thank you. And so let's start with just a recap over the weekend. Then we'll go into the numbers. Then we'll go into the 2070-10 debate. Brought fresh up this morning by Polish Pete. In fact, I haven't even answered a question that he wrote me in response to a question I wrote him in response to his. So anyway, we'll answer that live right here. Kevin is here. Jen's here. Thanks again, Major Win. Kent is in the house. It's Monday. Jacques did not show. Exactly, Pokes. It was sad. Daddy had to step in like Mighty Mouse. See? I think that was, what was that? I don't know. But somehow something rang and made a noise, and that was good. The dog. Did you make that happen, folks? He needs treats. Sorry, hold 1 second. Aloha, Craven Cards. Welcome. Okay, so this weekend, not to get too far off track here, this weekend, I lost 371 items while doing the nuclear reset. 371 items, unrecovered. I have no idea what happened. I, like my best friends in the whole world, J-Ride Flips and Josh Galt, we're exactly the same. And we take responsibility for our actions by accepting full responsibility. I don't know where I learned that. Do we all learn that like in the Boy Scouts or something? Because I don't know where that came from, but it's much easier to go through life just saying it's all your fault, because I know how to make it not happen usually. So then I usually don't have to be responsible for much, because it's just, and if it is, then I'm just like, hey, it's my fault. I don't have to be mad at anybody. Just take it on myself. Well, anyway, 371 items later, it must have been my fault. But the weird thing is, if you've ever done the reset, you know that when you take the items, I took the items that were listed currently and I ended them. When you do that, it leaves a trace online, so you can go and search your items and you will see ended items, which I did. But everything under $16.42 disappeared, like The Forgotten. Do you remember that TV show with Justin Theroux? How do you say his name? Justin Theroux. And everybody, like half the people disappeared, but then they came back, right? It's kind of like the Marvel universe, but it was different. And anyway, no, people just disappeared. They didn't come back. Just like whole families sort of vaped. But anyway, so point being that there was nothing for me to get even one at a time to solve my problem. So everything was lost, and it wasn't bad. And it was all everything under 1642. So I was like, okay, maybe I don't want to do that anyway. So it's mine. I must have done it, although I can't find the proof that I did it, but it just had to have been me. There's no other way to. I could just blame it on I could just blame it on eBay, but I don't. Things like that don't happen that way necessarily. It has to be something that I did anyway. That was our big Saturday meltdown, and I just sat here and I went, "Sweetie, darling, sugar plum." I think Pokey erased all the auctions. Oops, sorry. I think Pokey accidentally stepped on my lunch and deleted the auctions. The listings, sorry, they're not auctions. We don't do auctions. But the listings, yes. So here we are, 371 items lighter. But if you were to look at our items, they're pretty, it's not very thick down there at the bottom. So you know it's 45s, like my Barbra Streisand. And I had just sold one. I have these Barbra Streisand people. I have people who need people are the luckiest people. I think you all know that. And when I put them out there for people so that people can be happy buying people. And now it's not there. But anyway, we're going to go through all the records, and we'll, do inventory, which we haven't done in a while. And then we are going to relist. We'll just go through there and see what isn't listed. And then any that sort of fell through the cracks, or if we find, any mistakes we find, we're going to go through comic books, 45 records. And what else, Pokey? What else is under $16? And just maybe some Star Wars character figures, a couple other things. Anyway, not hard to do. Plus, we also wanted to take a lot of the inventory under. I don't know why we're freezing all the time here. Technology is such a jerk. And take some of the lower items and move them to Junk Drawer Empire, which is our other store, where I like to sell things that maybe aren't on theme to my super cool, awesome, old school artifact store. And then, but it's still cool stuff, but it's just not on point cool. So we move it over there. Like sewing patterns. Some people think sewing patterns are very cool. Look how I freeze every once in a while. Sweetie, if you were sitting 5 feet in front of where you're sitting right now, you'd be so annoyed by that. You would be. So anyway, that was this weekend. Now let's move on to the 2070-10. I was hoping maybe if I spoke long enough, we would see Biff Boffo come in here and see what he has to say for himself, because Biff Boffo is the I don't know if the invention of 2070-10 as a thing was from Biff Boffo, but when I heard it, I was like, this is a thing. So I've made it my own thing, but I'm not sure if it's everybody's thing. But Polish Pete wanted to talk about this morning about how when you promoted listings, and yeah, it's talked to death, but one thing I wanted to do was figure out a way not to talk about it all the time by using some metric that was like sort of a collective metric, so I don't have to go through every granular piece of metric in eBay, which makes you want to just gives you the impression depression. Like, I don't want to go through impression depression. Josh Galt's like, I'm not going to look at my metrics for at least 30 days. And I mean, it's basically you have to stand up in front of your group to say that, because it's so addictive, and also like you want to know. So I think that it's, they're kind of important, but it's also more important. Maybe it's important to kind of keep track of them without having to look at the entire minutia like we're about to right now. So here we are on the biggest stretch that I could manufacture. Let's see. Can we get this? I want to make sure it's all up in here. Look at that. Look at all those. Holy cow, we can't do it. Okay, so we're going to have to do like this. Then look like this. Then I'm going to take me. I'm going to make the little me go away. Boink. Okay, so now you can see it. And you can see, okay, you can see think you must be able to see all this now, right? Just edge to edge awesomeness. No? Add some more sound? You mean like that? And like that? There's too much silence, sorry. Last thing I want is dead air, that's for sure. But you can see here, and I believe you're gonna you have a pretty good no, you don't. So annoying. Okay, hold on. I got it. Oh yeah, and turn off the fans. Oh yeah, and turn off the other thing. Oh yeah, and go to the bathroom before we leave. I'm just trying to fix this so you can see the whole thing in one graphic. I don't know why it's being... Well, anyway, you can see that. There you go. It's not exactly accurate because it's so skinny and pinner. But anyway, you can see the beginning. My voice? My voice is my passport. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Is my voice down? I feel like I'm screaming. And that is also loud. Okay. So you can see here at the way back of the nuclear reset experiment on October 25th, you could see these were, if you could go back one more day, but this is the maximum they can show you. One more day would have been a reset. So the spike would have been way up here. And this is the 3 days in between a regular reset. And then I started doing the nukes. So right here, you're seeing a 6.5% promoted listing with a not nuclear reset day. Interestingly, you see about, let's go to page views because those are most important. When you can see how puny my little page view pyramid is right here. And that's what you get if you do not relist your items every single day. You do not get the first day organic explosion. That's what you get if you're just doing eBay like you're supposed to, promoting at 6.5%. This is what you get right here. This little tiny... little niblet down here, this page views. I got 167 in this bank of 3 days, 167, 133, 122. Now, on any given day, on the lowest day, doing the nuclear reset and not paying any promoted listings, page views wise, I'm getting 328, 275, and 303. So we're looking at triple do not promote. That's just one piece of the 2070-10, but 2070-10's up here. This is for this entire time period. It's not really out of whack because it's diluting these promoted listings out over this entire time period. Shall I go back to, like, if I went back to October 25th through, when did I stop? November 12th, you would see a... Oh, totally similar. I don't know. No, this isn't right. Hold on. So if I went to October 25th through November 12th, that's what I wanted. There you go. Now you see that my impressions by placement. One thing you always have to look at is how many impressions, first of all. So just that's important. But when you look at it when you're promoting, normally impressions, if you're not promoting anything, will hover around the 20-70-10 split. Meaning, you know, because this is a search engine, that the top 20 search spot impressions are your prize. So you want to be there as many times as you can be. So when you're organic, it's 20. But like right now, I have 26. Tell me if anybody has over 30% in the top 20 search slot impressions. I have not heard of anybody who's ever had over 30, but I don't know anything, and I'm a big jackass. So please let me know if you've seen, if Billy, what's his name, you know, King of Kong, if he said he did, Billy Preston, I forget his name, but if he said he did it, let me know, because I haven't even heard of somebody who's ever had over 30% top search slot impressions. But again, I digress. To incompetence. So if you have, just let me know. Also in the center one, the rest of search slot, this is a search engine. So ultimately your primary good, solid impressions and page views are going to be from your from searches. If there were other ways to get there, and there are, like doing your own Google ads, things like that, you would think those would come through the non-search impressions. But I don't think they do, because I don't think they come through impressions at all. I think they go directly to page views. And that's the confusing thing, is that in this case, when I started doing my nuclear reset all the time, I would, every single morning, I would end up getting way more page views than impressions. So that's something that happens. Anybody have anything to say at this point in time? Oh, I don't have any comments. Oh dear. I'd just be curious to know if, oh yeah, look at all these. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Aloha, good people and good dog. That's Outdoor Worlds. You were looking for some noise. Go big. Thank you. Hi. So, Patricia's back from UPS. Thank you. It's got to start somewhere, right? Primo, can you add some more sound? Okay, got that. Patricia, you have a new problem, Kevin? I'm wondering. Yes, we're going to get there. Callie Debs, aloha! From beautiful downtown Burbank. Callie Debs. Oh, and Lucinator, Cowabunga, Primo Kimo. Aloha. Lucinator. Ladybug's in the house. Aloha, Ladybug. Yeah, Ladybug, we were at 2:30 today, but Josh Galt didn't show up, so I figured, I gotta use that flexibility, I guess. I know I shouldn't say 2:30 when I mean whenever the heck I want. Well, all I did was turn the 2:30 program to 1:15, and only because he didn't show up. I prefer to do it, earlier in the day. 2:30 is too late. 11's way too early. 1 o'clock is so, Three Bears, Goldilocks. So I'll take it when I can get it. Let's see. Stoic is at 20. Wait, hold on. Outdoor Worlds is saying that's true. Promoting or not without the reset is listings are buried. Yes. The reset, the nuclear reset, doing it every day is the only way. We've done it that way now for 3 months, right? October to November, November to December, December to January. Yeah, 3 months. So we have, it's the only thing that works. I lost 371 things due to my own incompetence. However, in an insanity, I can't find the ones I ended. Like, they just weren't there. So it was like they were never on eBay. So I couldn't even see them ended. They should be they should be on eBay proper as ended items. But maybe because I do a reset every single day, they clean my clock more quickly. They clean my clock. Let's see. Okay, so good karma's got 24. Oh, Stoic is at 25 to 29 without promoting. Have you ever seen 30? Have you ever seen 30 in your life on the planet of the Earth or the apes or anywhere? Have you seen 30? I'll give you a moment. Oh no, I did the wrong one. Oh, I meant this. No, I don't see any. Okay, so we have 24. I'm at 26 right now. Stoic, Kevin is 25 to 29. Good Karma is 24. Outdoor Worlds is at 5% because, wait, you don't promote, but you don't care for anybody anymore, just moving to other things. I don't know. I wonder how you'd be at 5%. I mean, your stuff just must be so buried. I mean, it must be buried. Like, is that the sign that it's buried? So I'm looking for like these really simple account health things that won't give you a stroke, to try to figure out how to figure them out and how you can make adjustments quickly. And if you're selling collectibles, Actually, I found out a couple of cool things. One used the list, not the listing quality report, listing traffic report. And because I do the nuclear reset, I can't use things that accumulate data over periods of time because there isn't any. Although, yeah. So I was looking at them and I could tell every single day or whatnot, or in it when I relist things, it might be. Is it? I can't tell if it's actually adding together things that I have ended, and then like it sees the exact same title, so it actually is a string through it. I can't tell yet. I'll have to look at it more. Jack says, "Oi, oi, oi!" Jack is in the house. Stoic says that he had a great weekend, and then Monday rolls around and crickets. Those are French crickets. Since looking closely at my numbers, never 30%, but maybe I need to increase the magnification. Yeah, I don't think it can hit. And so the question that Pete posed to me after his video, and me saying 2070-10 is really like this goal that I got from Biff Boffo on the internet too. So I mean, you know, consider the source, but it does seem to be coming. Allah! Speak of the devil. And I think it was brought to my attention by the one only Biff Boffo who has now arrived, but it is the natural when you do not promote and you relist every day. So you're taking advantage of that organic first day hit. So you could call it a first day metric or something. I don't know. 2070-10 seems to happen. Do you have to do a nuclear reset every day, Biff Boffo, to do that, to get the benefits of, well, to get 2070-10, which is assuming that no one can ever go above 30%. Nobody has said they've gone above 30. Non-search impressions, yeah. So when you get non-search impressions, those go up as they draw just the allocation of them from the other two. They put them in. So you have to pay for something. So if you've got top 20 search impressions the day before you pay for advertising, they have to give you something for your money. So they give you non-search impressions through products that they have invented, which may or may not be junk. I'm not even questioning that. I'm just saying that, and sometimes they do work, because I have found myself seeing them occasionally, the modules of other people shop for, and you might also like those modules. Those are, I don't even remember exactly what I was saying, because I talked about this before I talked about this. Before I talked about this. And before that, you got it. I was talking about this. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure out because I was talking to Pete. That was it. If there's anything over 30%. So Pete's asking me if you can bump it up, and I don't think there is. I don't think you can affect your top 20 search impressions above 30% doing anything. There's nothing you can do. Can you get your non-search impressions up to 90%? Yeah, you can. You can. Outdoor worlds, they are buried. I am being punished. Yeah. If you reset those, you would get a good blast from them. I do know that. And even eBay, I didn't pull up the video. Somebody can do that if they want. But the lady from eBay said how every 30 days you got to do it. End and sell similar or relist. She didn't say which one she preferred. She just said you have to do it or you will not have viewage. Jack is talking about the secret experiment. And W2F, aloha from Germany. Patricia says, I wonder if that's related to hitting the saved searches email folks get in the early AM from eBay for matching. Wait, Jack, I wonder if that's related to hitting the saved searches emails. Oh, maybe I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, but I was talking one time if you could get up early enough in the morning, because those go out like 3:30 or maybe 4:30 in the morning. But not sure what you're talking about. Biff Boffo, I can't nuke every day because you have 38,000. Yes, get 17 stores and pay the fees. The most I can do is 18 to 2,000, still keeping it 27 to 10. But Biff, you don't promote it all too, right? No promotion. Promotion or no promotion? I forget. Sorry. Any top 20 over 20 is excellent. Yes. Well, yes, and so as long as it's still a search engine, top 20 placements is your primary thing. I don't think you can. Would you not? Let's just pretend like life was fair. And would you not pay eBay like 10% of the sale to increase your top 20 search slot impressions? But that's not what it does. It puts you in the other place products. They're new products they invented. Doesn't put you higher in. It doesn't put you higher in. Well, there's search slot impressions. Doesn't put you higher in search than the top 20 search slot impressions, does it? It puts you in a sponsored search slot, but not in a sloppy slurp flop. I'm sick of talking about it so much, but I also like to talk about it so much. Apparently, I need water. I do. I'm just like dry. Sorry. Poland Springs. I reset every 36 to 48 hours. Kent says. Today I'm at 9.5, 29.8, and 70. So Kent, I'm guessing you must. I don't think that can tell you how much you promote. It just says you do promote. Quirky Picker Chad, greetings everybody from Pennsylvania. Here to learn. Hopefully we can shed light on at least one little tiny little piece of something that is helpful. Jack says it's basically a banking of what we're listing, scheduling them to go off every hour. And if you don't have enough listings to do 24 in a day, then end some, fix them, and add them. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, constant listing throughout the day. Now, that's something we used to do. We used to schedule our listings. Well, way back in the day, did we not used to do them on Sunday night? Because they were listings. They were auctions. They didn't have to be an auction. First, we could do fixed listings, but you chose 3, 7, 10, or 30 days at the time before things went to just 30-day good till cancel. So I always listed them on Sunday because Sunday was the loosest wallet evenings for collectibles that we sold. I don't know. I always pictured everybody sit down around 7 o'clock to like the Muppets would come on and they'd be like, it's time to go on eBay. It's time to pay him. But that's just what I thought. I don't know if that was really exactly what was happening. Yay, I used a sound effect. I wish James or Josh Galt would come in here so I could use my specialized sound effect. Let's see. Biff is 0 promotion. So it doesn't matter how often you do the reset. Now, Biff, let's go back and look at my thing. That's another thing this shows. Doink. Is that no, that's not right. 25 through today. The other thing it shows, oh yeah, I want to talk about so many other things with this amazing chart of information. So now we're done. Let's just stop with the 2070-10. Okay, but this is what it looks like. It will naturally over 30 days go back to 2070-10 if you do not have any promotion at all. It just sits there. It's the natural base point. It's someplace you can almost just know that's where it's going to go. So anything you do, however you want to drive your promotions or not, but however you want to drive them, you know that's where it's going to start from, and that's where it's going to take your if you're going to do promoting through eBay, that's where it's going to get your impression, and it's going to reallocate them through those three numbers. And it's going to reallocate them from the top 20 and the rest of search slot impressions into the non-search impressions. Those are the paid for impressions for the most part, I believe. Then, but if you do something like do from Google, you will notice your page views go up in the absence of enough impressions to cause that many page views. Although that never really happens because it just happens via chart. So I can see in the morning compared to all my other days that I have way more page views than I do impressions. But obviously, these are hundreds of thousands of impressions and only hundreds of page views. So they're not exactly corresponding unless you can see a whole chart of them. Right? Am I right? But check this out. This is the big thing. So here at the beginning, I had little tiny baby off-site non-search impressions. Then they started jacking them up all the way up to halfway through December. They were giving me more and more during the nuclear reset, more and more. So we started the month. So November 31st. We were at, it doesn't say total and promoted, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't say them exactly. Okay. So we have external site views. Doesn't say it in this thing, unfortunately. So I'd like to tell you exactly what it says. But anyway, you can see the blue here, and then it gives you more and more and more and more and more and more and more till December 9th when it cuts off the external site views, and it just turns them down. So they turned up a volume knob, then they turned it down till January 17th. It seems to have bounced. Anybody noticing anything about that, where I'm starting to get off-site views again? More off-site views. So it did a whole downward slope, and then it went, oh, yeah, look how clean that is now. From the 9th, where they cut it drastically, boom, 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 boom. But every day my organic page views stay pretty similar, unless I did not do a reset. And you can see the sales pretty much the same thing. And you can see down here around October 2, were sales better than now? No, sales were they're very similar. So those were the other things I want to talk about. So BIF does not promote, and 2070-10 is where you would go if you were not promoting. Now, if you could target those zones, like I want to buy promotions targeting the top 20 search slots, that's where I want to get. That'd be a big mess too, but it would be something that you actually knew what you're doing. Kent has 37,000 in the last 90 days doing eBay part-time as I work. Wow, that's so great. What are you selling? Parts that you have like repair parts for the space shuttle or something? Are you selling parts of aerospace parts so people can build their own hover cars conversions? Lindy Glenn said a few months ago, eBay is a needy girlfriend who wants attention. Well, some of us don't mind needy girlfriends who want attention. No offense, sweetheart. You're my wife. Not talking about you. Or an insecure boyfriend. How about that? But we still love it. I don't know. Jack might not. I still love my eBay. I still have my little eBay Urban Achievers Award for Power Seller. I still have my Power Seller certificate. I mean, I don't love them as much as I used to, that's for sure. Biff says, it's hard to get then 20% top 20 because at some point you think you would get in your own way. Yes, exactly. So I don't know why I don't know why I'm at 26, but that's what the nuclear reset every day is doing me. 26. So cool, right? But I also have a higher double check. I also have a higher, like, instead of 2070-10, I have 20. Oh, no, that's over this whole chunk. Let me see. What's my, just this month. Let's just look at this month. See what. 2365.11. So that's somehow I get above that. And I thought I was at 26. You know, maybe I was just, sometimes I just hallucinate numbers after looking at all this nonsense for so long. But 23.5. So you can get above it. I don't know if how far you can get above it, but I have seen 26. And Kevin said he made it up to 29. And I'm guessing what that would just, if you have really a lot of active listings that have a lot of people look at it. Aloha, Gina. You probably, because I said 2:30 and then I went on at 1:15 just to confuse everybody. I think it's fun if I just sort of pop up like a whammy, whammy, every once in a while. I actually like to be scheduled, but everybody else seems to think that coming on any old time they want is fine. But I am supposed to do 2:30 on Monday, 2:30 on Wednesday, and 4 o'clock on Friday. And then we'll eventually switch the Tiki Show over to its own channel and do more things on this channel that are just eBay related. But everybody should go watch the other one when we move it. Sunday used to be prime time between 6 and 9, yes. And that's the Muppet Hour, right? That's when the Muppet Show was on. So, yeah. We call that the eBay Muppet Show listing vortex. That's where that's when you do it all. Time for a new, yes, I know. We need I do have the drums at the beginning, but I need the rest. Yes. I got Uncle Buck. I got the tape gun. Can you put that down on the list, please, sweetie? Muppet. Some Muppet hits. Because those are fun. Jack said that. Then Ladybug said that. And Patricia said so. My save search email hit about 3:41 a.m. Eastern. Yep. Here too. So that is, it's too early, but I never even thought about, doing a nuclear reset with scheduled listings, but they're probably still 10 cents each. So they would cost 10 cents, right? Is that right? What do people know about the 10 cents rule that used to be? Impressions. The Quirky Picker says my impressions are 412.83. Yeah. That's a typical promoted listing number. And Quirky Picker, ask yourself, just ask yourself, and I'm just saying that the top 20, you're down. So most of us, if we don't promote at all, you're at 20% top 20 listings. If you do promote, you're at 4% top 20 search slot impressions. Sorry. Now, your non-search impressions are 83, and they did take away your allocation of top 20 to put them in the 83. Do you value the 83? Do you know what the 83 are? Well, we know they're in some of the modules. Are those modules more capable of getting you sales than the top 20 search slots? Maybe. I don't have those numbers. Why would it be like, I guess I just need to know that. That's one of the reasons why I'm not, it just happens to be 20, 70, 10. It's meaningless to me if I can't do anything to manipulate them. And the only way I can manipulate them is to take them away from the ones I know are good and elevate the ones that I'm very dubious of. So that's silly. And Patricia, I don't know if you remember on Friday we were looking for prepositional phrase. I don't know if we sewed that up, but like when you're above the water, below the whatever, that was just prepositional phrase. It's like one of the most basic elements of sentence structure. I just could not. And I think you might have even said it during that. To optimize potential sales velocity with minimal number of listings. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm not doing that right now because I lost 371 items this weekend, and I don't trust myself to implement any new strategies just right this second. But I will be curious to see in a week or two if that does anything. Jack said, Biff Boffo says probably midnight West Coast. Yeah, it could be. Or they could wait till 3 3 a.m. Your time. Especially if they're showing different items. So if they're showing, if there is some regional thing happening, they might show you different items from your more regional area. I did notice this weekend, it seems like I'm getting more external site views. Why is that? Yeah, I don't know. If you are, look at your numbers there. Oh, I'm still small. Sorry. Look at your numbers. Look at your numbers there. And on our numbers, we're noticing. I just went back there again. We're noticing that little uptick, that little hook on the end of January that is indicative of something. It's indicative of the external site views going up. You gotta do it just the right. There you go. So you can see right here at the end, it's starting to go back up. After it went up through the month of December. Then they went down. And ask yourself also, why? Why is it so obviously they jacked it up? Sorry, Jack, no offense. That they pumped it up. They pumped it up, homeboy, just don't stop until mid-December. Then they didn't even go down, just gentle downness. They dropped me personally off a cliff. And then, if you remember, somewhere around January 1st to about January 9th, they just clipped sales for everybody. Everybody who didn't have just the fastest sell-through rate items. People, just normal people. So I don't know what happened there. It doesn't show anything weird in the impressions. It certainly shows it in the page views, etc. Sorry, doesn't show it in the page views. Does show it in the sales. But you can see the page views going up now with I don't know. Not only is your guess as good as mine, I'm going to wager that most people's guesses are better than mine. But still, 20-70-10. My safe searches at 10 p.m. used to be 7. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's interesting. So they do it all the time. My Google campaign affects impressions. So Biff does the Google Direct, and it infects your impressions. Huh. It affects your impressions. I wonder how that is. It affects your impressions because people go and look at one item and then they look at multiple items, thereby getting you more impressions. So like Polish Pete was saying today, if you scroll through somebody's store, you're essentially giving them impressions. Like all those, if you scroll through somebody's store, that's just racking up their impressions for them. Doesn't necessarily lead to a page view, but yeah. But that's how you get page views usually. But before, when I was doing it, when I was seeing off-site so high, they were coming from, my impressions weren't as high as my impressions were not as high as my page views were on the chart. So the direct relevance to its neighbors on the chart. So I noticed I was getting proportionally more page views than impressions than the days previous. You receive them at 10 p.m. Yes, I guess so. She gets those at 10 p.m., huh? Stoic Reseller My impression and page views are going up month over month. I think it's a combination of two things I'm doing. Okay. Do you think it's the new thing or some older things? And most certainly it's not promoting. So Kevin's a great source of information for non-promoters. Non-PL, we don't do that promoting. Well, you do it. I'll give you all the money. I got the wheelbarrow of gold if you can make my stuff sell. What's wrong? Oh, am I boring you, sweetie? Do you need to lie down? You did have a rough weekend. That's true. The two things that Kevin does is he flies like Superman backwards, like Powdered Toast Man. And he also does videos on YouTube. He's a YouTuber. Stoic Reseller. Go check him out if you haven't. Oh, everybody, speaking of business on the YouTube, please subscribe and like this video if you don't mind. And you can not like it if you want, but I'd appreciate it if you did a thumbs up, that's great. But at least if you don't like it, do a thumbs down because that helps. At least do me the service of showing me your spite and hatred. Let's see here. 6x6, aloha. Spam was just a wife that wanted security and a good pizza. Was just a wife to be that. Oh, yes. Right. Okay. Thank you. I forget. We've told the story now. And 6x6 remembers. Steel trap. Can you tell when the listings went live, Gina? Patricia is asking. Tommy Bernard is in the home, and I do. Tommy, we're gonna do something. I think you were gonna send me some pizza or something. Impressions are down 30%. Sales are up 40%. By the minute you realize impressions mean less than zero, you cruise through the day effortlessly. Well, I can't say, Tommy Bernard, I think page views or impressions do that much. If you're selling bars of gold, you only need one page view, one impression. So, yeah, I know people who sell stuff who have way less page views than I do. So, or impressions, yeah, are less relevant. Ken says, I mostly grade at sports cards and sealed boxes, cases of sports cards, and other collectibles as well. I'm an everything seller. Yes, you are. Welcome to the crew. Well, Ken, I think you're priority. I wonder if you're selling vintage sports cards, because I'm separating them in my Venn diagram that vintage sports cards and modern sports cards have different requirements for selling. And sorry about I don't know why the camera's freezing every few minutes, but it's technology for you. I buy chit. I hate people are having a hard time with eBay. I am a one-off seller with 2,000 items in my store. Yes, I used to be till I lost my 371 this weekend. Oops. And somehow have been able to maintain 50,000 90-day average. Knock on wood. Well, that's impressive. Way back in the day, I used to have big numbers on eBay, but that was because I was selling pinball machines and arcade games that they just had big numbers. But I didn't take home those numbers, but yes. When we're doing well earlier this year and just before, our 90-day average was like 24, 27. That was what we expected to see. We're still at half. Even through Christmas, we only got to half. So, but we held on to half and we're holding half, and we can increase it back up, but we have to double our inventory, which seems like we're working twice as hard for half as much. But I don't think we are. I think it just that's just what it requires now. But so a lot of work. Yes. Yes. Oh yeah, I will. I'll do that. Thank you so much. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Yes. Okay, I got it. Let's see. I'm getting a little boost from the normal number since doing this. I'm doing a reset every 3 days again. So we will see, keep that going for a month and see how if that stimulates. Usually between 11 and 12 p.m. So it's taking me about 10 hours, sometimes less. Chris, I don't know who Chris is. Who's Chris? Patricia's referring to Chris. I don't know why I don't know who that is. Good Karma Antiques. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Let's see. Let me scroll down a little bit. Hold on. Let me just try to catch up. No more 10 cents, I believe. No more 10 cents, I believe. Thank you for the... So you can. So we could do nuclear reset through scheduling. That would be interesting. And then do it exactly at, well, in my case, 2 o'clock in the morning, because I know that the eBay followers, email, saved searches, that stuff comes out about 3:30 in the morning or 3:47. I think, why are we looking at that, Patricia? Are we looking at that at 3:47 in the morning? I mean, we are. That's a crazy part. Tommy says that 50% of the top 20 is reserved for promoted, is congested categories. Okay, so that's something too. 50% is shared between new listings, auctions, and organic. That's a tough crowd. Yeah, so, but if you can get in there, that's good. Is it good, Tommy? Is it good? That's what we need to know, Tommy. Is it good? Is it good to be in the top 20? Is it medium to be in the rest of search slot impressions? And is it bad for your impressions to be in the other one? That's the question. And when you and saying that it's bad is not necessarily mean it's always going to be bad, or that it truly is bad, because those modules might prove to be beneficial. I mean, they certainly should be eventually. Why create a product that isn't going to work, but not working currently properly? Outdoor Worlds, Josh Galt and the other guy from Flipping, John is his name. They should apologize to people for what they said some time ago. No, they didn't force anybody to promote. Come on, what are you talking about? You know what? The whole thing is, so if eBay releases a product that can help you win, at least that's how they're posturing it, then you most certainly are going to try it out. If you think it's working like we did in June of this year, it's 24 now. In 2023, June was our best June ever on record. We had advanced promotion on dynamic, meaning eBay just woke up in the morning and flicked their little life game spinner and chose how many dollars they're going to take out of my pocket. And they probably just went, oh, we'll just take all, let's just take them all. And it worked till the end of July, where we realized that's unsustainable, but we wanted to go on a vacation, so we let them do it. And so it worked. So yes, promoted listings seem to work, but I believe truly in my heart of hearts, I believe that they got one hand on the dial, one hand on the promoted, and they're completely separate. I mean, something to that effect at this point in time. That they're trying to make you promote, but the promotions aren't really doing that much. As much as they think or say. I don't know. Come on now. If it was working, then we could just pay for promotions and it would work. But I don't. Yeah. They also can't invent buyers, sorry. They can apparently invent sellers. Tommy, also an impression just means that you're on the search page. Yeah. Like we were just saying, Polish Pete did a video this morning about how just scrolling in a store would give you a lot of impressions. Scrolling through somebody's store, even if you didn't even view a page. And let's see here. Jack says, would it be nice if YouTubers don't say anything to get views without doing usage? Well, the research is putting it out there. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm talking pure smack about 2070-10. What the heck is 2070-10? Well, it does appear to have some relevance, so I'm going to put it out there as I factually know that it is your organic baseline. This is, you just kind of, maybe it's a little wavy, but by a couple of percentage points, that's it. If you do not promote, you will be at 2070-10. So that means something. That's something you can sink your teeth into. That's something that you know for a fact will happen on eBay. Nothing else you do on eBay right now currently, unless you sell clothing and shoes, high sell-through rate items, used massagers, good stuff. Unless you sell the stuff that we don't want to sell, that used to sell in a different way, we're just guessing. Hey, we're just guessing here. And I totally appreciate Josh and John, for that matter, for everything, and James, for that matter. What is for that matter? That's like, I appreciate everybody who puts their butt on the line on YouTube, who has helped me get through some of the annoying nonsense. Biff Boffo, are you sure about the last bit, Tommy? Does Tommy know? Who knows if Tommy knows? Josh Galt, aloha. Josh is here. Hope you're still here, Josh. Sorry, it took me a while to get here. And, you know, you don't need to apologize to anybody for giving, you know, your thoughtful opinion, and you never said, this is what you should do. You said, this is what I'm doing. And I don't even know if that's going to work. So you're always very clear about that. So I appreciate that. Tommy reads. Tommy's a reader. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I can read, but I prefer Tommy read and then me see if I believe what Tommy's saying. And then if I have to read just to verify some information, that's how I tend to like to do that. Quirky Picker doesn't promote immediately. I have a store of 1,200 items and sell similar 100 items every weekday. And at this point, my items get promoted at 2.6 going forward until sold. Yeah. But curious what your 20-70-10 split is, what you're working with. What you working with there, Quirky Picker Chad. And I think that's really it really is saying something when you go and look at that and you realize if you know 20-70-10 is just the natural, not promotion. How your stuff looks like. Well, everything's taken away from. Did anybody answer the question if we think that at the top 20 search impressions, is that not the gold impression? I don't care if you don't like impressions or whatnot. Let's not be mean to the impressions. Just and let's not get impression depression. Let's just say top 20 search spot impressions are gold. Are they not? Are they? So I ask again. Let's see. When we price comp, oh wait, I don't know what that means. When we price comp, that would also count as impression. Absolutely, I think, right? Don't you think so? If you just do, yes, exactly, yeah, for sure. And we know those like watchers are just sort of like, a lot of, there's a lot of buyers looking at a lot of sellers looking at your stuff for sale. There's no doubt about that. Outdoor Worlds says, wait. Didn't Outdoor Worlds just said that he shouldn't tell people to promote, and then he says he doesn't promote. But anyway, I just don't like the way you put it. Nothing. Oh no. I think we're navigating something here. This is dangerous waters. And Josh has got a nice little boat out here. He goes out into the danger waters and reports back a little bit. That's great. And and then Josh. So, Outdoor Worlds, I think that's fair that he asked you to file the DPS report in triplicate with HR. But yes, I think everybody be responsible for your own store. Use the words of YouTubers for sure, responsibly. But I think that some things that are said are very, very thought provoking, and I think when you are when you're Josh Galt is trying to do things by the book. And I think when you have a lot on the line and you're running a business and you got a lot of inventory and you got high dollar items and stuff, it forces you more towards doing things by the book. And so promoted listings was by the book eBay procedure. And then you start seeing things being totally wrong with it. So I don't know why that just jingle-lingled again, but it did. Josh does not like promoted listings. First of all, Josh's brain is going to explode soon. Talking about promoted listings, let alone having to do it. Promoted listings are a cluster. They are just put the F at the end of everything. It's just a cluster, a head. It is other words that come to mind are also swears. But it's not like there's a single word that comes to mind that is like poetry or gentle. Promoted listings are my favorite. No, that never, ever, ever happens. Tommy says he will promote until the cows come home. I spent $14,000 and $155,000, and then how much? But how much did you make for that? What's your return on investment? What's your COGS? What's your ROAS, man? What's your ROS? I am good the way I am, Josh. Blah, blah. Major win. Thank you, guys. We've started watching Josh Galt. Yes, awesome, major win. It's nice to watch eBayers a ways ahead of us on the road. It's really encouraging. Well, thank you. I hope it is encouraging. That's why we're putting it out there, because ultimately it would have been nice for us to be able to watch somebody. But June of 2023, April for most, June for us, will go down in history as 2 separate months when the world ended on eBay. I wonder how many people most people on YouTube who have come forth say April, yet ours was distinctively end of June or the beginning of July, maybe even you could call it. But it was definitely, I felt like it was the end of fourth quarter. Boom. Then the end of, end of second quarter. Sorry. Boom. Then the end of fourth quarter this year, sales slump for everybody across the board who are selling non-high sell-through rate desperate items for desperate people. They are selling thoughtful items for thoughtful people. Those things take, there was like a dip for 10 days of nothingness. So I don't know what happened, but somebody went to Aruba and forgot to turn up our sales knob. Page views seem to correlate with sales. Absolutely. I would say that is a yes. I mean, really, what? Did you just chuckle at my confidence level of that answer? I mean, ultimately, impressions lead to page views, they all kind of, especially if you look at them over 30 days. Like right here. Let's look at them over 30 days. Yes. This is the best part of the show. Look at the numbers. They're like magic. But yeah, you can see for sure, like these few days that I didn't do a reset. It doesn't show so much in the page views, although you can see it a little bit. But it shows in no sales. And it shows how I had from the 1st through the 9th, had 3 no sale days, which is crazy. And haven't had one since. And not many before. Wait, Josh, you are not on your show right now. Wait, what happened? That's awesome that you. It's awesome that you came in. You're supposed to be on your show, though. I wonder what's going on. It's going to be fun to hear what the heck's going on with you. Did you have an appointment with the $1 million photograph people? Did you sell the photographs? Are you moving to America? Thank you, Major Win. Yes, that Major Win is nice. Josh Galt, Jack, I am back to set and forget. I put my dynamic cap in. I give up figuring out the rest. Yeah. I mean, to get the ultimate results, you need to put in way more. Like any of you guys who have over 2,000 items, it's a lot of work. The 2,000, I don't find that too hard, but it's just 2,000. So, and I lost 371 of them, so it's only 1,600 and something. 80s, aloha. Increased postal rates are upon us. I don't believe it's much. You know who I watched today, which was fun, and it was kind of about the postal rates. Paige, 1 Foot Flipper. And I watch sometimes, I'm attracted to videos that are funny or informational, and his stuff sometimes it's funny. I'll give him that. Sometimes it's pretty funny. And today it was one of those times where he's talking about Funko Pops. Well, it was both. I mean, today was both funny and educational. Where he's talking about Funko Pops at $6 being loss leaders for people. Not even leaders. I'm sure it's not leading anybody to the riches. But that at $6 with the postal rate increases, people are losing money on Funko Pops that doesn't even cover the cost of the Funko Pop. And Funko Pops apparently are crashing. I've never even I left a comment that I realized I've never even held one in my hands, a Funko Pop. But apparently they're Beanie Babying out right now. Maybe I'm passing on totally bogus information, but I thought it was just a matter of time till they Beanie Baby out. So that could be happening. And also I enjoyed his video on the Funko Pops. Promoting does not help my trashy niche. I gave it an honest effort. I'm not just blindly against it. Yeah, I think that's how most of us feel. Outdoor world too, is that, I don't think any of us like it, but it was supposed to work in the beginning. And why wouldn't you believe eBay? eBay yeah, okay. So you just can't believe everything you hear. I promote on Google, results to be determined. That's external, Google getting traffic to his store, not through eBay. And I'm going to guesstimate that that's going to cost money. And the question is, how many items do you need in your store to 38,000 items? How many items do you need to offset that? And same with Tommy Bernard. I mean, how much is your, average cost of items sold? So if you're selling high-end items that you can afford to suck that up, yeah. But some of us can't and don't want to do it that way. Could we get a store? Yeah, we could build a store. Nobody said that. I'm saying that. Because I always think, well, maybe I'll just have another store, but stores suck. So, you mean brick and mortar? Yeah, brick and mortar stores. Yeah. A lot of comments are happening here. Josh Galt, do you have a Facebook group? Yeah, I'd be curious to know that too. Top 20 has to be inherently good. You would think so, right? So that's the first answer to that I've heard. Top 20 has to be the best. I mean, that's what it's supposed to be. So that's where we want most of our impressions to be. Tommy says, because I try to save people from stroking out over things that don't matter. Well, I think that we all just care. We care about our stuff, and we don't all sell shoes, and we don't all sell, 10-inch records, and we don't sell, Inuit carvings. We all have such unique positions. The Hoka game is miles away from what I do. That's the shoes, I assume. Yes. I actually need to get some Hokas. I think they're going to change my life. I bought some Wu-Tang Crocs. I have one pair of Crocs Wu-Tang on them. And I didn't like those. They just seem very squishy for a heavy guy. They just like smeared onto the hot pavement. I don't think I like them. Might be too big. I might have got them too big, and maybe that's why they feel like I'm wearing two like half-cooked marshmallows on my feet. I mean, that may be my feet. I don't know what. It just feels weird. Okay, 6x6. Okay, here we go, everybody. This is great. He starts off the comment with #unpopular opinion. eBay reseller news now with Primo, Kimo, Spam Banshee, and Pokey the dog. 6x6 says, unpopular opinion. I didn't promote all Q4 and had subpar to adequate sales. 2024 Q1, I put up about 80% inventory at 6%. And since 124, I can't scream any louder. Sorry. I'll deafen you all. But I really want to be excited. So wait, hold on. I'm going to turn down my my volume on here a little bit and go. And I have the best sales in over 6 months. Okay. Please, 6x6. It's not an unpopular opinion for promoted listings to work. or for you to be having success with them. That's how it's supposed to be. That should be what everybody's saying. That's good news. Yeah. So you're saying there's a chance. 1 in a million. No, Patricia. He said in one of his videos he doesn't clean anything. He literally said that. Does he clean those massagers? No. Wait, Major, when? Wait, hold on. Major Wen, did you give us 2? Major Wen, thank you so much. Anniversary tomorrow. Happy anniversary. Awesome. Oh, wait. Okay, so that was just thank you for that. Now here's row a cheer, okay? All right, anniversary tomorrow. Hope you have a great one. That's awesome. And that might be why we got those 2 things, because I think I turned on a thing that said super chat alert alarm or something, maybe. I just go through when we're not doing videos and I like play with all the stuff, so then it half the time doesn't work. Okay, so Hoka game is miles away, not promoting. Then your comment on promoting is inaccurate. Who? How? Who? How? Stoic. Tommy, do you realize promoting doesn't guarantee placement? Nothing guarantees placement. Not promoting almost certainly guarantees non-placement, though. Yes! You guys are saying the right words. Do you need to go out, sweetie?
Yeah.
Does he? No. He's such a little punk. He just wants his treat. That's all he wants. He does the fake out, go to the door, but then don't go out. He makes you open it because when he comes in, he gets a treat every single time. He's so smart. So yeah, right. Promoting, make sure that you're not guaranteed placement. That's a great way to put it. Isn't that interesting? I know what's crazy is that we're talking here about promoted listings, like 8 months in from the disaster and a few years in from when it started, and we're all still bonkerly not knowing what's happening with it. And they keep releasing new products, which just is more and more dubious, really. More and more and money grabs are one thing. And money grabs are acceptable when you got to make a bump. I think we were talking about that before. The great cereal debate where the cereal has to get a smaller box because you can't raise the price anymore. So it's a smaller box, but it stays small. And then the next time they want to lower the price, it just gets smaller and smaller. So in the year like 3000, we're just gonna have these tiny little Kellogg's boxes. But the same thing here is they keep releasing new products with no tangible benefit except for price increases. Right? Not always necessary for everything. And that's what wait, hold on. Tommy said, I said I can because I know my niche. When you have friends that you can search for you from around the country to keep your finger on the pulse instead of guessing like most. Well, yeah. So you're saying we need to get an entire what's the movie with the guys and they do the camera and it makes you forget everything? Yeah, Men in Black. So we have to have an entire Men in Black operation in a secret underground lair to do eBay. It doesn't seem right, Tommy, that we'd have to have a network of pulse feelers. I mean, it's great that you do, and your information therefore is valuable. But can you imagine if we all had to do that? That would be just stupid. And so Stoic is what I'm imagining, because he's the reseller, clothing reseller, and he has fairly high sell-through rate items, and also his items they're at a good price point. They're high quality. He lives in a place with a lot of outdoor athletic kind of stuff is what I gather. These are only things I gather. And so he knows the brands well, and they're high-ender brands that he's able to get his top 20 percentage up to 25 to 29%. Though no one on the history of the planet of Earth has seen 30%. Getting it up to 29, is probably from having really high sell-through rate items, maybe that his items move quickly, so he gets more of a bump in that top 20. That's what I'm going to guess. Being non-promoted, that's what I would guess. Stoic Tommy, Stoic is just saying it's a different conversation, but important one. Let's see. Tommy, $8 buy cost, $72 ASP, 23. Plenty of room. 3 young kids, activities 4 days a week, work solo, 2060 gross. Yeah. No, I mean, I know you know what you need to make. I'm not sure where you're located, but obviously where your location is, you can't afford to do that. And of course that makes sense for you. In fact, would you have a 260 gross if you didn't spend that 14K advertising? That's the thing, is you might not have gotten to your gross if you didn't spend that 14K. That works for you in your niche, in your Hoga. What's it called? In your, shoes. That works for shoes. It works for a couple things, I'm sure. Doesn't work for vintage computing items and 45 records, comic books. My sales tanked in early May. Yeah, so you got in between the April and the June. Patricia said that. Let's see. How do I get caught up? You just can't get caught up. I'm just trying to jump in here. Thanks, Spam Banshee. I saw your name in here. Gonna rival pirate ship. Let's see. Postal costs went down by YouTubers will cry because they're clueless. eBay adding cubic is a game changer. Yes. I have no problem with cost of so this is now we're talking about the video. Okay. I don't think it went up but pennies, right? So for a ground advantage. And by the way, I remember what it was like to have to ship everything Priority Express. So even though our sales were higher, sales costs were way higher. And so that you think that would affect sales a little bit too. Brands are the beginning, but without the rest, brand isn't important. Okay. I had tons of orders, sales less than 7. Huh. Wait, is James in here? I'm having a hard time following myself. Huh. It says howdy, James, so then that means that we can
It is I, James.
We can play that. Oops.
What's going on, fellow humans and resellers?
We did this for we did this for a lifestyle, not an increase in work, less of a life. I don't know what that's. You guys are having a conversation about tracking completely. Sorry about that. A handful of Funkos still have value, but just like Beanie Babies, I usually ignore them unless they look unusual. Yeah, I mean, I was waiting for that, especially when there's like stores of them and stuff. It's you can tell anything that goes off on value. Like, what are those little Pandora? That was a thing. It's not to say that Pandora is worthless now. It's just not. It's not making millionaires like it was. And now Beanie Babies, I assume. If you have the Princess Diana commemorative Funko Pop. Maybe that one's the one that's worth money still. And I see, so when he was, so this is Paige from 1 Foot Flipper. When he was talking about it, I went over to to eBay, and I saw that there are 1.2 million Funko Pops listed. So there's no way that's going to work out well for anybody. Especially if, people are going to start seeing this. I mean, the tiny little panic has already started, maybe. Or maybe it's been going on longer than I've known, and I just was made aware of it. 6x6 says, Tommy, I'm trying to figure out how you built such a lucrative business system for so many years, spending 3 hours plus a day on a podcast stream. Well, I'll just jump right in there since I'm super successful like Tommy and I have a solid gold Tesla helicopter and all that stuff. It's just you just fit it in, man. You just fit it in. 4 kids, I got 0. I made it work. You got a dog. I had to sell my Rolls Royce this year. It's okay though. I'll get another one day if I want one, which I don't. Didn't even like it. Has anyone seen Heyfro? Aloha, Heyfro. Where are you? I have heard from him. I know he's around. He really seems to be I don't know, focusing on eBay and stuff. How weird?
To focus on eBay?
I know. He's not I think he's not, everybody's like saying something's not right in this whole eBay something. And it's like I've got to stop doing something or start doing something or chat. Yeah, and he does sleep late. Yes. So maybe if I was on starting at 2, although it is past 2:30 now, he should be here by now. Any old second he'll come strolling in after his backstroking through his gold doubloon room. Great job, Tommy. Get that shoe money, bro. You are crushing it. Yeah, Tommy's doing a good job. I mean, he's got to sell shoes, people's dirty old shoes. But are you selling new shoes? That's a good question. I don't even know if are you touching people's feet sweat? Because see, that's what turns me off. I don't care how much they're worth. I ain't touching used shoes. Maybe I could be bought. I'm sure I could put gloves on at some price point. But are they new or used? That's a good question. They must be collectible, I'm guessing. James is in here?
Well, I don't know if he's still here, but I see where he said hi.
The chat don't work. Oh, there he is. Okay. We'll see when I scroll down, it just scrolls all the way to the bottom, and then all the stuff I haven't even said anything. I know. I'm going fast. It's our business. Tommy says it's our business, our livelihood, because searching our own items and touching ourselves. Tommy is touching himself. Hey now, no way. I'd be on YouTube complaining if I didn't promote. Ken says only 20 likes. Hit the thumbs up, peep. Yes, hit the thumbs up, peep. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Kent. I appreciate that. Nesbitt Experience. Hey there. Aloha, Amy. Hope you're doing well too. Flat rate went from $7.60 to $7.99. That is a total of 39 cents. We can absorb that. So stupid.
It is I, James. What's going on, fellow humans and resellers?
I know. It is so stupid. I love it. Yes, but regular priority switching to Qubit made it cheaper. Flat rates in zones. Hi, my boring reseller life. Callie Deb says 2 years ago, Funko threw $50 million worth in a dump. It's been going on for a while. Okay. It's the ET Atari cartridge, the modern ET Atari cartridge. Primo Kimo, hey, Fred's a huge night owl. We were talking at midnight ago. Yes, he's a later. He was like, no way can I even be on with you if you're on at 11 o'clock here. So last week we did 11 o'clock. So I think, he might be around tomorrow. I'm hoping. No? Wednesday. Sorry. He might be around Wednesday. We're going to be on at 2:30 Wednesday. Tommy admits that he scratches and sniffs all of the shoes he sells because that's why he can do those kind of numbers, because he gets into his shoes. He knows what ticking is. He knows what foxing is. He knows what different polymers of shoe sole taste like. He knows a crepe. There's crepes in there, right? There's creping. He knows all that stuff. Sold a $360 pair of stinky used Nikes today, and you tongue cleaned them. Clean. But the second that you're going to a place that has like dirt on it that can get under your nails, I just have like a thing. This is an ADHD thing, spectrum thing. It's like hands can't be sticky or gross. I wash them a lot. It's a weirdness. But that precludes me from touching your stinky sneakers. I could do it though if I had to. Show me where the big pile of stinky sneakers are, and then I'll decide if I can look through them. First of all, because I know there's poo on them. There's shoes. You know there's poo on every single shoe. There's poo. Because there's shoes, people. $360 poo shoes. I guess you gotta just go with it. Let's see here. Media mail increased too. Ladybug, I don't use media mail. Did it go up a lot, or I don't ship anything that's I just like to not ship it media mail because of the few problems I've had in my entire shipping career have been with media mail. Good Karma Antiques should incorporate. Oh, we need wants a press our luck whammy sound. I think that's on your list, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So we'll have to do that.
I am adding it.
It is I, James.
So it is added. We will do that. I even peg. Oh, gross. Okay. I do my reset at midnight each night. I'm also a West Coast night owl, Biff Boffo. I bet you that's the best time to do it. I'll bet you if you do it right after midnight, that's probably the best time. But but now I guess we could schedule them. I wonder what a nightmare that would be. What kind of nightmare would come out of that? Tommy says you have an Instagram. I'll send you a death pile pic. Yeah, Primo Kimo is my Instagram, and everybody can go like it. I don't use it. I got to get back to using it. I used to use it years ago. Basically, my whole social media is like this fallen empire of social media, where I used to have a lot more everything. I mean, I still have thousands of followers or whatever on Instagram, but I don't post there at all for years. For a few years, I haven't posted. So it's just like, they're just ruins. My social media is just in ruins. But I'm going to pop it back up. So always feel free. If you want to go follow it, feel free. Horseshoes should never have poo on them. Ever. House shoes. House shoes, good karma. I said horseshoes. And I'm like, isn't that the point of horseshoes? To be in the shit? Excuse me. Sorry, I swore. Hope there's no children here in the afternoon. You said house. I see that. You did. I just see horse right now. I just see red horse. We're animals over here, so I couldn't teach my lovely wife here, Spam, to do. Did we tell? Oh no, it didn't. The camera is going super chopster. It's probably telling me it's time to the old clock on the wall. But we don't do house shoes, but I've always wanted to do house shoes, but I just can't get my lady to do it. It's harder. It is harder. I have to. What?
Slippers.
We do have slippers, but you still walk through the house with your dirty snowshoes. That's the biggest problem is the dirty snowshoes. It just ruins everything. We got to get out of here. We got to go. Where are we going? I don't know. Yogurt. We need yogurt. We need kid time, yogurt, house shoes. Ladybug saying increased 0.21, referring to the media mail. So not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, these are we're still way down over having to ship priority mail. Ground Advantage has still we're still down. Meaning cheaping is shipper. What is wrong? Shipping is cheaper still than it was 2 quarters ago, right? Sure, whatever, guys. Okay, I think I've talked enough. I feel like we really solved all of eBay's problems in this time together. 207010 is something that you, if you do the nuclear reset or if you do a reset of any sort and you don't promote at all, you will have fairly decent impressions and page views, and you will not, you will have 207010 in your impressions. Number of impressions, everybody's reporting right now that number of impressions has fallen, and that is true. They're just dialing them back. They're doing this multi-layered dial back of page views, impressions, traffic, everything to gently urge you towards promoting. I mean, because that's where we're going to end up eventually. It's just some of us, such as myself, would like to see some results before it. Tommy is looking at 26, 34, 26. That is not 100, Tommy. That is a lady. Right? No, hips should be bigger than 26. You got,
Right, it would be.
those are skinny hips. Yeah, that, oh, you have a deformed lady, Tommy. 26, 34, 26? We would have to call an ambulance. You got squished in between something.
Some left hand.
No, but how would you be 26 to start with?
Can you just?
No.
What's Daigle saying?
You, Kent Daigle says, I am calling in for a reboot from eBay. Can you just, eBay, just take a week off, do the work, come back, and let's make it all okay. Yeah, they're messing with it. Well, we know that they're not, take them for what they say. They know. Also take them from what they say, people that ending and selling similar items every 30 days is approved and desirable by eBay. They want you to keep your items listed or showing. I should see Kent's ladies. AI doll. Okay.
And somebody did say that they spoke with eBay and they said like sometime by the end of March.
By the end of March.
Should be-
So two secret people. I know two people who have secret eBay contacts, and I feel like they were both saying separate but similar things about the end of March. And if the really big issues happened at the beginning of April last year, maybe it's a year. And they're doing it from second quarter to second quarter. I mean, we'll wait and see, and nothing will change, and then we'll sit here and go, "Oh, I guess it's next quarter that it's gonna actually happen." Sucker, that's what they're doing. Let's see. Let's see. Amy says, "Minds of a feather," referring to. Oh, I don't know. It goes back up. I can't see it. Oh no.
It's a song.
Oh, okay. I'm not following. When you call eBay, it's like auto feedback. They give you one of four standard canned answers. Yeah, pretty much. Last time I called, the lady said that I did have two bugs in my account currently. This was last Saturday. It was the first time I called in a long time. And they said that I had a discrepancy. She actually went in there and read it. Discrepancy store number to actual number. They were showing two bugs, one from the store side showing the store's not matching my inventory, and one from the inventory saying my inventory is not matching the store. And she gave me two separate ticket numbers for each one. I knew they would do nothing about it, which they did nothing about it, but unless they put a little bomb in there so that I'd lose 371 items, which I did, but I'm sure that was my fault. So we should decide together what movie we're going to watch today, because I need to watch a movie and relax. This weekend was not relaxing. We had to go to a tiki party, and then my wife forgot about tiki parties, and then she's like, I'm only going to have 2 drinks, which she only had 2 drinks. But they were like triples. It was called the Blood of the Kapu Tiki. So good. And it has Pernod and homemade, what are the little seeds called? And you make the red stuff out of the seeds. Pomegranate seeds. And then there was like a liqueur. And, so good. So deadly. I was fine, but my poor dear had to take the day off yesterday. And still a little sleepy. She's coming in a little sleepy still. But I nursed her. And the dog helped a lot. The dog just put on his little nurse hat. Helped her out.
Looks like Gravity Goods is going to be going live. Eat a sandwich.
Gravity Goods are going to have a sandwich and go live. Yeah, if you are, let's go check you out. Gravity Goods, Cameron. Go check them out. If you're really going live, are you really? Okay, I'll come check you out. Kent Daigle said, I had that too. Are we talking about the AI thing again? So, Strange Brew. The second line from that song is 2 massive drinks. Yes, she had too many. Bad. It was bad news. We had to leave a little early. But you know what? It's like you have to leave the party early, and it's like, oh, well, thanks, sweetie. You got us out of there early. And she's like, what? What do we do now? Where are we?
Oh, no.
It wasn't quite that bad. But Kent comes in at the end with the saying for our show. The beauty of being your own boss. No matter what, we are our own keepers. We are in charge of our own futures at this point. You know, you can always expect the outside forces to squeeze you when you're an entrepreneur, a founder, a grinder. And I respect you all for your journeys and your struggle. Tommy would like you to respect him a little more because he sells shoes. But I don't. I respect you all equally because you're all my friends. And here we are. Okay, so we'll be back on Wednesday. I hope you all have good sales. I hope, we talked about something that was, it's definitely, some of these things are important. You can never tell when they're important or when it's just beating a dead horse. But ultimately, we're all going to have to do promoted listings at some point. I think there's still quite a way before I'm going to be doing that without seeing some things change. So we'll keep talking about it, and we'll keep meeting here on Mondays at 2:30. So join us, please, on Wednesday at 2:30 for the eBay Reseller Group Therapy Program. And until then, have a great afternoon. Aloha. We'll see you then. And then is on Wednesday at 2:30. Thank you.